हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल। आई होप आप सब लोग ठीक होंगे। सो आई एम बैक विद द मोस्ट अवेटेड एंड द मोस्ट रिक्वेस्टेड वीडियोस which I missed in the past 1 year, which is AVAM, that is our Anthropology Value Addition Material. तो इस सीरीज़ में जो हमने स्टार्ट किया है अभी अम्बे सीरीज़, इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी बियॉन्ड द वैल्यू एडिशन मटीरियल दैट आई एम गोइंग टू गिव, क्योंकि it is going to include the previous year question analysis also, which will benefit you immensely. और पूरा जो strategy है वो भी हम जानेंगे. So before jumping into the series, I would like you to sit either with this kind of an Excel sheet, prepare it, or if you want me to share it on the channel, I can do that as well. तो आप इस तरह का एक्सेल शीट लेकर ही बैठें ताकि इसका प्रिंट आउट ले सकते हैं, या फिर एक्सेल शीट में ही यू कैन नोट देम डाउन, ताकि आपका जो एंड रिवीजन होगा दैट इज़ गोइंग टू बी वेरी इजी. तो सिलेबस वाइज आपको आपका मटेरियल वैल्यू एडिशन खुद ही प्रिपेयर करना है. इवन आई कैन डू दैट एंड गिव, बट इफ़ यू डू सच एन एक्सरसाइज यू विल बी एबल टू इंटरकनेक्ट द पॉइंट्स वेरी एक्यूरेटली, और बहुत ही ल्यूसिड मैनर में आपका पेपर 1 एंड पेपर 2 दोनों इंटरकनेक्टेड वे में आप कर पाएंगे. Okay, so this is the exercise that you have to do. You should not just watch the videos randomly. What you have to do is you have to sit with such a copy. If you want to take a printout of this kind of a Excel sheet, that is fine. If you want to make it on in your own notes, make it in your own notes. I would suggest leave one entire page front and back for one topic of your syllabus. और कुछ syllabus points में काफ़ी ज़्यादा points होते हैं, काफ़ी ज़्यादा सिलेबस पॉइंट्स कवर होते हैं, तो उनके लिए आप 2 या 3 पेज भी छोड़ सकते हैं, या लूज शीट्स में भी आप मेंटेन कर सकते हैं. दैट इज़ अप टू यू, बट इफ़ यू मेंटेन इट सिलेबस वाइज इट विल एनरिच योर प्रिपरेशन मोर. बियॉन्ड द वैल्यू एडिशन दैट आई एम गोइंग टू suggest you in these videos, you will also note down the key words that you are going to write in that particular syllabus point. In addition to that, you will also note down the anthropologist and their study उसी के बाजू में, ताकि आपका फाइनल रिवीजन जो आप 5 डेज में करेंगे उसकी स्ट्रैटेजी हम फिर से डिस्कस करेंगे एट द एंड ऑफ जुलाई. बट फॉर नाउ हैव दिस इन योर माइंड. सो these series are going to begin from 2020, the year that I have started preparing this value addition materials. तो उनको भी मैं यूज़ करूँगी, उसके साथ मैं कंपेयर भी करूँगी कि उस साल का वैल्यू एडिशन मटीरियल उस साल के पेपर को अटेम्प्ट करने के लिए कितना यूजफुल था. ओके, आई विल शो इट टू यू. I'm not claiming that 100% questions you can cover through the value addition material alone, but it will certainly boost your confidence if you see 1 or 2 questions reflected from the value addition material that you're reading, right? So you can make such notes in your Excel sheets like I have for a few topics, right? Or if you want me to share this kind of an Excel sheet for you to prepare on your own, I can do that as well. ओके, सो दिस इज़ द बेसिक इंग्रेडिएंट दैट जिसको साथ में लेके आपको ये सीरीज़ वॉच करनी है. दिस काइंड ऑफ एक्सेल शीट और योर ओन लूज शीट्स, सिलेबस पॉइंटर मैनर. ओके, प्लस यू विल सिट विथ योर सिलेबस बिसाइड योर चेयर. और ये अब सीरीज़ किस तरह से चलेगी इज़ दैट आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस 2020 and 21 in one video, then 22 and 23 in another video, and then 24 and 25 in another video. और उसके बाद में जो वो 5 डेज रहेंगे उसमें हम सभी चीज़ों को ब्रश अप करेंगे, किस तरह से यूज़ करना है वो करेंगे. इन एडिशन टू दैट इफ़ यू नीड एनी हेल्प ऑफ माइंड आई कैन डू दैट एज वेल. आपको वैल्यू एडिशन, वैल्यू एनरिचमेंट करने के लिए कोई भी आप मुझसे नीड चाहते हैं, यू नीड माई हेल्प, यू नीड एनी काइंड ऑफ असिस्टेंस, आई विल बी देयर टू यू विद यू. यू कैन सेंड योर कॉपीज़ in any institute that you are writing and you want me to do that second evaluation, all these assistance is just for free. Okay, तो आप मुझे भेज सकते हैं. few of my old students and the new ones that have come across and asked me for help, I have recently evaluated their copies and I have added the value addition to their answers. Okay, whatever is latest I will add that and give it to you. It is not going to be a ABCD kind of an evaluation where I'll tell you small things कि ये लिखना चाहिए, नहीं. Considering you are already prepared, I am going to just enrich your performance from the score that you already scored if you have written mains. Otherwise to help you score better in your first attempt itself. So हमारा टारगेट हमेशा 300 प्लस हमको रखना चाहिए. प्लस मैं ये भी बताऊंगी आपको स्ट्रैटेजी एज वी गो थ्रू द वैल्यू एडिशन मटेरियल कि किस तरह से यू हैव टू यूज सर्टन केस स्टडीज एट मल्टीपल प्लेसेस. In addition to that, I want to also make clear कि after the highest scorer Lakshmi Ma'am, who scored 362, and in her interview she said that she has used sociology terms because उनका previous जो ऑप्शनल था वो सोशियोलॉजी था, तो उन्होंने सोशियोलॉजी यूज़ करके एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में भी वो पॉइंट्स ऐड किए हैं, उन सोशियोलॉजिस्ट के व्यू पॉइंट्स को ऐड किया है, उनकी थियोरीज को ऐड किया है, विच हेल्प हर स्कोर 362. दैट मीन्स शी कंबाइन सोशियोलॉजी एंड एंथ्रोपोलॉजी टू स्कोर दैट. एंड उसके बाद से इफ़ यू सी द क्वेश्चन पेपर्स ऑल्सो, जो हम आगे भी एनालाइज करेंगे प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस, तो अगर आप ऐसे एनालिसिस करोगे तो वो 2019 के पहले के पेपर्स जो आप सिर्फ एक गाइड बुक यूज़ करके या कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे टॉपर्स के नोट्स यूज़ करके आप क्लियर कर सकते थे, that has become almost impossible because the sociological angle has been included. फिर चाहे वो आपका विलियम ऑकबर्न एंड कल्चरल लैग हो या एरविन गॉफमैन के टोटल इंस्टीट्यूशंस वाला क्वेश्चन हो, एंड मैनी मोर इन जनरल, विच शोज अस दैट अगर आप सोशियोलॉजी को भी एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में इंक्लूड करोगे सो यू विल स्कोर हायर. गॉट इट? In some of my old videos I've also discussed how the Natufian culture, which scared so many students in 2020, it was just another word for a previous year question that was asked in probably 1996 or something, which read epi-paleolithic culture. Okay, तो अगर आपने PYQs को एनालाइज किया होता तो आप पेपर अटेम्प्ट करने के टाइम पे पैनिक नहीं होते. Our tribal series will also help you to address the artisan tribes of Jharkhand like questions या agricultural practices of Apatani tribe like questions. Okay, प्लस इस तरह के नए वर्ड्स जो आपको देखने को मिलते हैं पेपर में, ग्लोटोक्रोनोलॉजी, इस तरह के भी क्वेश्चंस को आप किस तरह से वैल्यू एडिशन मटेरियल के थ्रू भी टैकल कर सकते हैं, हम उन सब चीज़ों के बारे में जानेंगे. And the last thing, if you have any of your friends giving mains this year or next year, you can share our channel details to them so that they can also benefit and they practice अभी से कि किस तरह से वैल्यू एडिशन को ऐड करते हुए आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस करनी चाहिए. Okay, so let's begin with the value addition material. I'll go in a reverse order from 23-24 onwards till 21-20. And then we will go to 2025 in the month of August so that it is fresh in your memory, and by that time you will be habituated in how to use the value addition material, and I will also be able to provide the maximum contemporary examples for you, right? So that is why we will share the 2025 material towards the end of August. For now, let's begin. Fun fact, if you had observed your anthropology papers, और उन्हीं में से इंटरव्यू में भी क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था कि व्हाट इज़ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी कॉल्ड इन हिंदी. इट इज़ नृविज्ञान, विच इज़ इफ़ यू ब्रेक इट, इट इज़ नर का विज्ञान, विच इज़ ह्यूमन्स साइंस. सो द जेनेटिक मेकअप ऑफ मुंडास, इट शोज अस दैट it includes both the Dravidian, Indian Dravidian elements and also the Southeast Asian, especially the Lao population elements. So this particular case study, you can use it in your genetics and also tribals. So interlinking paper 1 and paper 2. Got it? Going more specific, one third of the genetic makeup is belongs to the Southeast Asian population, that is the Lao population to be specific, and the remaining 2/3 belong to the Keralite population, which is especially the Panya or Pulyar community. If a question on the race element, that is your 9.5 comes, वहाँ पर भी आप बता सकते हैं कि these do not just belong to the Austroasiatic populations. Okay, तो इस तरह से भी आप उसमें यूज़ कर सकते हैं. Next up, a question on Apatani has come and its occupation has come. तो उसी तरह से नॉर्थ ईस्ट या किसी भी एरिया का आपके पास कल्चरल एलिमेंट्स के बारे में भी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, उनके रिलीजन के बारे में, उनके कल्चर, म्यूजिक, किसी के भी बारे में. अदरवाइज इट कैन ऑल्सो कम दैट शो अस द वेज, कंटेम्प्रेरी वेज थ्रू विच यू कैन सेव द डाइंग कल्चर्स ऑफ आवर ट्राइब्स. तो वन गुड एग्जाम्पल इज an organization named Lidi Crow U, which is trying to revive the Naga culture, especially its folk music, by launching Naga music albums. Okay, so this way you can give the example. In 2021-22, there was an anthropologist who covered the entire tribe in the form of photographs. So that is photographic evidence of collecting the ethnographic features of any particular tribe or dying community, right? So इस तरह से यहाँ पर हम उनके म्यूजिक को सेव करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं by launching it, and this will help it reach in a global platform. If we talk about tribal products and their export, we can talk about how the tribal women in Anaikatti, which is in Coimbatore, they are making eco-friendly terracotta teacups, which we can also relate it how tribal life is a eco-friendly life. Okay, environment and tribal culture we can, तो ये पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट आप कहीं जगह पर यूज़ कर सकते हैं. एक्सपोर्ट को बताते हुए यू कैन टॉक अबाउट देयर इकोनॉमी, ट्राइबल इकोनॉमी, यू कैन गिव दिस एग्जाम्पल. You can add this in the nature man spirit complex also, which shows how interlinked their lifestyle with the nature is, and that is why they are able to make eco-friendly products. And also that how if you save the tribal culture, you can as well save the environment. In the recent points that I've written in on our channel, I've shared how interlinked tribal culture and environment are. Okay, plus this can specifically be used for the tribal women aspect. Okay, so empowering women, tribal women through such initiatives. So 4 areas you can use this particular case study. So in the notes, how will you make it? You will add the same point at multiple places, or you can write down this particular case study and mention the syllabus points where all you can use. So either ways you can go about it. Talking about the government initiatives, the slogan, which is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas, it focuses on conservation of the heritage and culture as a priority. और इसी के अंतर्गत we can also mention the above mentioned organization that was trying to save the Naga folk music. Okay, these are additional facts which you can use it wherever you like. Again, through organizing haats, especially called Adi Bazaar in the Bhopal Haat, we are trying to uplift the spirit of tribal craft, culture, cuisine and commerce. So this particular phrase, tribal craft, culture, cuisine and commerce, you can use it to end your answers. Okay, it is a good catchy phrase. Next, talking about the tribal health, the ministry has organized a one-day health camp which is called Abua Bugin Hodmo. So these kind of catchy words will also improve your marks. Okay, I will try to include more recent schemes, especially focused on the tribal people in our 2025 segment. This is just a brush up and a revision of our previous 2020 to 2024 compilations, so that you are well versed, and even the past examples you can use in your present mains and future also, right? So have them noted in your register that I asked you to maintain, or the Excel sheet, or you can have these written and mentioned that which syllabus point you are going to use this particular case study. So in whatever manner, if you start compiling your notes from now, if you are giving the attempts in future, it will be beneficial to you, right? Now this is a very, very important piece of information. Dr. Ajeet Jaiswal, he has been honored during the World Anthropology Congress. Now this particular point is not important for us, but his books, especially Anthropology and Sports, which you can use it in your kinanthropometry, okay, and his book Human Genetics and Applied Biophysical Anthropology, it can be used in your 9th unit. It can also be used in your 1st unit, where you will show that how the anthropology is being used as an useful study. An applied anthropology question also you can use this. Further, especially the health and nutrition aspect of industrial workers, he has focused his research on. So you can use this particular aspect also in your health segment, or the nutrition aspect, or the occupational diseases that we note down, okay, or 9.8. So basically he is a physical anthropologist, and his work you can use it in your 9th unit, 9, 10, 11 and even 12th unit, okay. Next up, coming the Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda. he spoke about the intricate relationship between the Jagannath cult and tribal culture. So we can talk about the folk religion over here, the tribal religion or the folk religion, and you can also talk about this point in your parochialization universalization concept. One more point I want you to focus on कि जो चीज़ 2022 में न्यूज़ में थी all across 22, it reflected in the 2023 paper. Okay, so similarly, if you are well versed with the themes of World Anthropology Day, which is celebrated on the 3rd Thursday of February every month, this year it was probably on Feb 20th or something. So इस साल का जो theme था, it was celebrate, engage and inspire. However, the theme of 2023 remains relevant even today, which is called reimagining digital. It talks about what are the effects of digital technology on human culture, on its behavior, etc. So this particular angle of digital elements on your culture, they can be added in your answer for that value addition touch. Okay. Next up is a point on business anthropology. Again, this can be used in your applied anthropology or the first unit, where we prove that how building deeper relationships with different groups of people, it will help us to foster trust among the different stakeholders and build the businesses. And the specific case study is regarding the Bangladeshi business. Every organization has its own ethos, has its own values and practices that they revere to. So these a study of those values, those cultural aspects help us to create the business ecosystem or the business chemistry. Note down the name of a renowned business anthropologist, which is James Moore, and his book The Death of Competition 1996. You don't have to remember each and every point that I've written here, only the keywords, the key anthropologist name, the key case study, because word to word you cannot reproduce the same thing over there, just the keywords and the key idea behind that particular case study. So you got a new business anthropologist name, which is James Moore. Similarly, we have marine anthropologist names and a lot more, which we will discuss in our future videos. In the segment Anthropology and NGOs, you can use this, that how anthropologists help the non-profit organizations which are engaged in social services through their studies. Okay. This business anthropology can also be used in your ecological anthropology segment and also your linguistic segments, the language segment, that is 7th unit of your paper 1, where you can talk about the silent language by Edward T. Hall. He is the anthropologist who has done in-depth study using the participant observation, again the keyword from your syllabus where you can use this example. So these silent languages, they are referred to as culture codes, which help us understand the successful business operations. So there are these days a lot of case studies and podcasts, if you have listened to, they are sharing the success behind the generational businesses that they run. Okay, only 1 to 2% of the generational business runs up to the 3rd generation. बाकी एक ही generation में collapse हो जाते हैं. So what is that secret code, secret language that helps run those businesses is what is studied over here. Again, a contemporary example or a question that can arise is how do you use anthropology in digital age? So this question can be directly asked in this manner, or it can also be used, this particular point can also be used in the applied anthropology or the unit 1. So with the digital technology, what is happening? There is a shift in the local and global businesses. So उन दोनों के gap को cover करते हुए we can use anthropology. It helps us to investigate the effect of digital technology on human culture and behavior. Another important aspect and a keyword that you can use is automation in digital anthropology. It will help us to understand the impact of artificial intelligence on human societies. So any question on AI, even in your GS, you can add this element of anthropological studies being done. Again, another point, Daniel Miller, he has studied the smartphones, which is leading to smart aging. Okay, how do you age smartly using the smartphones? Next up is how the Anthropological Survey of India is trying to preserve the indigenous knowledge of building huts, especially tribal huts belonging to different tribes. Example, beehive shaped hut of Jarawa tribes, Nicobarese hut, and also the Beta Kurumba tribal huts. And coming to northeast, they have also built a traditional monolith in the premises, which is helping us to conserve the indigenous knowledge of building or recreating such huts in the regional centers. Next up, after the business anthropology, we also have consumer anthropology, which we can use in the economic anthropology. The formalist and substantivist debate, over there also you can use this. It speaks about what is the perspective of the customers, especially while they are making that particular choice. So culture is also a factor which helps people make choice, right? Next up is a good difference between the Neolithic and the Paleolithic, where Paleolithic man was a part of nature, while in Neolithic he was controlling the nature. Okay, so this point is written in different words in our own notes, but you can try to use this, that in a recent study this has been proved, and you can mark a complete change in the relationship between man and nature, especially during the Neolithic revolution. Next, in the language 7th unit, you can use how the Sanskrit word Arya is derived from the same Indo-European words or the language groups, which include the Irish word Air and Hittite common noun called Ara and the Sanskrit word Arya. So all of these are Indo-European languages, and you can, everyone is just going to mention the Indo-European languages, but you will also provide a particular example. So this will add that value to your answer. Again, this is a new definition of caste altogether. Nicole Boivin defining caste as hereditary, endogamous, hierarchically ranked and occupationally specific groups to which all Hindus belong. So this could be a controversial, because now in India caste is not just restricted to Hindus alone, but you can certainly use this as a counter argument or anywhere which you like. Okay. Another point of difference between Lamarckism and Darwinism: Lamarck says that only in a suitable direction, unidirectional variations happen in an organism. However, Darwinism talks about random and undirected variations which are controlled by the environment, so which are not in our hands. Even if the question is not about the difference and the question is just about Darwinism or Lamarckism, you can quote this saying that the major difference between these two theories is one is unidirectional and another one is calls it that the variations are random and undirected and especially controlled by the environment and not in the hands of humans. Next up is the oral tradition aspect, where you can quote this Beni Sumar Yanthan's poem Speaking in Tongues, how it explores the tribal identity in a culture where language has played a role in accessing the history, because they did not have a script. So how did they pass on the culture? It is through the oral traditions, especially their language. So this marks a very important case study and a unique one, which I probably very few people are going to address. Again, note, if I would have given or shared this PDF just like that, you would sit and keep reading the entire paragraph, but what is needed and where to use it would be missing. So it is better that you use these video lectures to understand where to use that particular case study and just note down what is more important for you to write in the exam and not have tons of material with you compiled. Okay, you just need to pick what you're going to use it in the paper and discard any material that you're using, including mine. What is to be used till the end of your exam is only your notes which you have prepared on your own. Any case study which I am missing or talking in short about, but anybody else would be able to connect it much in a much deeper manner, so they should use that particular case study and not just rely on what I am marking to be important, because language is something that I am very interested in. So I would be pleased for to share this piece of information in a great detail. However, something else could be of interest to you, so you should use that particular case study customized to your preferences. Only then your originality will reflect in your paper. Okay. However, this particular case study, especially some units have very less case studies. Okay, so if you are being provided with that, you as well use them to your advantage. Again, to be specific, the Naga oral traditions, the language of Lothas, which is called Kyonggi. So this also reflects the traditions that through which it has sustained over the millennia and passing on the traditions and culture from generation to generation. Again, there was a question called Creole languages. So these languages are nothing but pseudo languages. So how globalization is impacting the authenticity of the languages that the tribals, or for that matter any other indigenous community, is using. Again, you can use this word, which is cultural amnesia. So such catchy phrases will help you take your marks from 250 to 350 altogether. Provided, in addition to that, you know how to present your answer. The answers or the diagrams should be in the middle of the page and drawn by boxing it up. Okay, so such more tips will be given as and when we come across those points. Otherwise, I will like to take a special session on the same too. Now in GS, we have got questions on COVID-19 and the lessons learned from it. But what has anthropologists learned from COVID-19? So we can also talk about how eugenics have shaped the US prenatal care system. So this point you can be used in the eugenics answer also. It can also be used in the 10th unit where you talk about the prenatal growth. Now even if you don't remember these stalwarts names, but you can remember this case study which has proven that in the US, the black women die from complications of pregnancy in a larger number when compared to white women. Again, it is because of the black midwives that create such racial disparities, and this is what calls for alternate models of prenatal. So prenatal does not mean that every culture, every community can undergo the same kind of prenatal care. Depending on different cultures, different races, we need to change the models of prenatal care too. So this is also a very, very important case study that you can use. Again, how the oral tradition is being used to protect their land, which like to fight in a legal battle against dams that would inundate their homelands. So this can be used in the tribal problems wala question, also in the oral tradition wala question. Archaeological anthropology. What are the uses of archaeological anthropology? In such kind of a question, you can talk about how the archaeologists or the archaeological anthropologists, they help the communities to retake what colonialism and racism tried to erase. So that is the new goal, which is called archaeological reclamation. In the question on forensic methodology, you can use how the forensic methods are also able to give us information about the megafauna extinctions. The study has been done by Christopher R. Moore. Now this is a very interesting case study that everybody wants to run away from the primary sector, the agricultural sector. However, the video games that involve farming are very popular. Why is that so? Because the farming stimulates the ancient evolving relationship with our agriculture. The people who have got the access of these material from 2020 onwards, they should not feel that I am using the same things again and again, because you can use this video as a revision if you have already gone through the material, and if it is new to you as well, it is new to you. Plus, I will be going in a slow pace because many people should know how to use these case studies in their answers. There's no point in just releasing the material. So that is why I've come up with a initiative to discuss about the things, and at the end of the sessions I will try to release them in the market for you to use them. Got it? Now the next case study is about the Nahua pilgrims. So you can use it in your religion unit, that is unit 5, or you can use it in your nature man spirit complex, or you can use in both. Try to interlinking the paper 1 and paper 2. If you can remember this book, which is Pilgrimage to Broken Mountain, Nahua Sacred Journey in Mexico by Alan Sandstorm and Pamela Efren Sandstorm, or you can call Sandstorm couple or something like that. But if you can remember, it's well and good. Otherwise, you can remember the crux of the case study, which basically talks about the unity between humanity and the natural world. Now further, it is a very, very unique case study which the anthropologists Laura Buck and Kyoko Yamaguchi. Now these are anthropologists which you got to remember. What have they done? They have expanded the horizons for us to understand the evolutionary origins of we being in the warmer environments. So we have gone to the warmer environments and also adapted to the cold. How is it that humans had the ability to adapt to both the warm and cold? It is because we developed the intricate cultural solutions to the environmental challenges, which include the shelter and clothing. So this angle, using the names of these anthropologists, will give that extra touch to your answer. So Laura Buck and Kyoko Yamaguchi, very, very important. So I guess we'll end the session today with this case study. Let me know in the comments what changes you want in the format of the session, or any other thing that you want me to include, exclude, or any of your suggestions, reviews. Anything is welcome. Do share it with your friends and everyone else who is preparing for anthropology as an optional or sociology. So if anthropology students can score better by using sociology examples, so even the sociology students can use anthropology in their answers and score better. So this is going to be a win-win for both the communities of sociology and anthropology. I hope to serve you better if you help me with your suggestions, complaints, or any requirements. You can reach me on the comment section of our YouTube channel, or also you can follow me on our Telegram channel. And especially if you want to talk to me, you can ping me on my Telegram handle ChandniJain360. So I'm waiting for your comments. I'm waiting to help you as much as I can for your mains this year and next year, hopefully. So see you, and do fill comment section with your suggestions, with your recommendations, and also the format you would like me to continue the sessions. You want me to show my face, you want this kind of a PPT format, anything will do. So do kindly help me with your suggestions in this regarding. Also, you can share me your answers that you've written on the same handle on my Telegram, and I will try to evaluate your answers and provide you customized value addition for the answers that you've written. Okay, so yeah, that is it from my side for today. And if I am going to take 30-minute sessions every day like this, then probably I might take once in 2 days, or at the max like 2 to 3 sessions per week, so that we can have a lot of information in our hand, value addition. With this, I want you to write answers. Okay, so if you ping me, if you are a serious aspirant of mains 2025, you can ping me and I will give you personalized suggestions of how you can improve your marks further. So this is for the general, but if you want specific comments according to your, so yeah, waiting for your suggestions and recommendations. See you. Thank you. Bye.